Dumb and Dumber 2. Well, I guess it's been a while since... Well, I guess I might as well say it. Does Dumb and Dumber 2 suck? Now, I know a lot of you are probably thinking, oh, Alex, you're not into comedy. We know you don't like comedy. We know you don't think comedy is a good thing these days. Well, actually, you're wrong. I love comedy. I love Jim Carrey. I love Jeff Daniels. They're both talented, great comedic actors. And I loved them in the first Dumb and Dumber. The first Dumb and Dumber was, well, I guess 6-year-old me will still say it was the greatest comedy of all time. That, Ace Ventura, and The Mask, yes. 30 years ago was the year of Jim Carrey. He came out with Ace Ventura. People were a little hesitant about, Ace Ventura. They thought it wasn't all that good. But then and now people are now realizing, hey, Ace Ventura is great. There was also The Mask, which kickstarted Cameron Diaz's career also. Now we come to the Queen of Cops, Dumb and Dumber. Dumb and Dumber, the first film, was such a funny ass movie. It was so funny, it was so genius that it was possible that it may have been a rumor that maybe some people might not like it. But to correct some of y'all, we did like it. We didn't just like it, we loved it. Dumb and Dumber was definitely the best comedy of all time. One of the best comedies. Now, of course, the idea of the film is two of these idiotic, dumb guys who pretty much are just two idiots. And usually these type of characters would be usually the, sideline characters. Just the sideline, dumb, knucklehead sideline characters. So, pretty much bluntly, I would say they would pretty much be like Bulk and Skull getting their own movie. But let's hope that never happens. But yeah, much respect to the actors who play Bulk and Skull. But either way, Dumb and Dumber 2, it was during the time, 10 years ago, it was 20 years since we ever seen Jim Carrey and Jeff Daniels together on screen together as Harry and Lloyd, Harry Dunn and Lloyd Christmas. So, what was their possibility? What could the story be? Would it be still Lloyd still going after Mary Samsonite? Or this time Harry is the one that falls in love with somebody? But in some general thing I could probably say is, what if we kind of take some parts of Dumb and Dumber, the first one, and let's see if we can make Harry and Lloyd even more dumber, even though they're like in their 50s or something like that. So now the new plot is pretty much this. Lloyd, after the last 20 years, hospitalized himself. He hospitalized himself into the insane asylum. And Harry's been visiting him, and honestly, what else can you say, but what's Lloyd's plan, or what was Lloyd's reason why he hospitalized himself? Let's take a quiz on that. One, he wanted to prank Harry. Two, he really was messed up by being dumped by Mary Sensenite. 3, he's looking for a new love or something like that. But don't you have common sense for the last 10 years? You know the first question, really the first answer you're going to answer is, 1, he did it to just prank Harry. So yeah, you wasted all your 30s and 40s and now making it up to your 50s over a freaking prank? A freaking prank? Are you serious, dude? But yeah, you're probably saying, well, he's dumb, so what you expect? But either way, now Harry now comes to Lloyd with this thing that's now the biggest plot line in the whole entire film is Harry needs a new kidney. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much what you need to prepare for when you hit your 50s. But either way, you know, of course Lloyd, being Lloyd, comes up with the insane plan of, oh, wait, I think I know a person that can give you a new kidney. And of course, we cut to what I have to say is the one thing that really is just like, okay, I understand these two are dumb, like two really mentally 6-year-olds. But really? Harry can't tell that his parents are Asian? Not just that. Chinese, two Chinese. You lived in this house since a teenager, and you can't even tell that your own two parents are Chinese people? Like, really? And the fact that his mom speaks in Chinese and Lloyd's like, hey, what's that? Wait, I get it. You're the gopher from Caddyshack. Yeah, you got it all down. You're serious. You can't tell. Yeah, Harry and Lloyd are this stupid that they can't tell the difference of someone who is Asian, or when they make it to the third act sequence part, obviously an Asian person comes to Lloyd, and what's Lloyd's first assumption of the guy? Thinks he's Hispanic, or thinks he's a Mexican. Yeah. But yeah, let's talk about some people who do come back in this film, or basically people who have cameos, which I'm not going to mention. I'm not going to mention everybody's cameo in this whole entire movie, just the important people's cameos. And I do mean the important people's cameos. Those were in the first film, do make a comeback in this film. For instance, the blind, handicapped kid in a wheelchair. You know, the same kid that Lloyd gave a dead bird to. Yeah, he makes a cameo. Actually, 2 cameos. One where he meets Lloyd again. And 2 when they let their cat butthole. I'm not kidding. That's what they call the cat. They call the cat butthole. Booty hole. But either way, yeah, the cat eats all of the guy's birds, rare birds. Yeah, that's effed up. But now moving along, also other person or a vehicle makes an appearance, and that is the dog van. We only see it for about like a minute. Well, Lloyd and Harry are riding it for like a minute until they pick up some other vehicle. So it's like, okay, that was pointless. And at the very end credits, another person from the first film makes an appearance. yeah, to pretty much say it, I might as well. I might as well say the line. I might as well say it. I'm sorry, but I might as well say this. Kick his ass, Seabass! Yeah, Seabass makes an appearance along with his other friend. But now, what's the actual plot? The actual plot is moment when Harry and Lloyd discover that, oh, Harry, you're a dad. It's like, yeah. Harry now realizes, hey, that means I have a kid with kidneys. So all I can tell you is, so basically, once we finally meet Freda Felcher. Yeah, the lady that they talked about, that they both had a relationship with in the first film, and you get it. But either way, Freda Felcher, and once Freda shows her daughter, a picture of her daughter, Lloyd is like, oh my god, I'm in love! Yeah. Yeah. And now let's turn my attention to Freda's daughter and Harry's assumed daughter, Penny. And let me just tell you this. No, I'll just come out and say it. I'm not going to censor myself. I'm not going to censor anything. But Penny is dumb as a mother rock. I swear to God, this girl is dumber than, I mean, almost as the same level of Harry and Lloyd as dumb. Just almost the same level. But Penny is so stupid that she can't even tell that when someone says, you know, the pin number is 1111, and her first thought is, I thought it had to be 4 numbers. Those are 4 numbers. 1, 1, 1, 1. So anyways, Penny is just plain stupid and beautiful as heck. But now getting back on topic, so most majority of the film, it's good. Like the first half, the second half, you know, when, you know, Harry and Lloyd group back together again, they go on their little journey. But there is a catch to this. When it gets to the science convention, well, segment, the most majority of the science convention thing, where it went to up to so down. Like, I know Harry and Lloyd are not the smartest people in the whole entire world. Dare I say, Lloyd may be a little smarter, but also, when you scratch it, they're freaking idiots. They are freaking dumbass idiots. And I say that for a good reason, because they're so dumb that they're practically the only 2 dumb people there. And they do this whole thing where they now want to say, oh, I wanted to, where it's like, yeah. Lloyd shows so many signs that he's definitely a pedophile. And Harry shows signs saying, I'm doing this, but why am I doing this right now? Like where he has to play Penny's adopted father, Bernard Penchlow, and now says, hey, I'm Dr. Penchlow, and I'll go with this for some strange reason. Like, you're not that smart, dude. And also, you're Penny's, you know, assumed father. You're not the, you know, Dr. Penchlow, period. So why are you even doing this? And of course, we have the other subplot, which is Travis, the handyman, whatever guy, and Mr. Penchlow's, you know, well, sort of married wife. Adele. But either way, yeah, you get the idea. It's kind of like the same thing with the first film with, the guy who's supposed to be Mary Stephenson-Ice's friend, but real nature, he's plotting against Mary to get money. But now in this case, Travis and Adele are trying to kill Dr. Penchalo, and you get the idea. It's the same thing like the first film. It is the same thing like the first film. But now I know they got the same actor to play Travis, to play his brother, who's a special ops. And yes, they just did the simple thing, like gave this actor a wig. Then once his part was done, they just told him take the wig off, and that's it. But either way, now we come to the big final reveal. Lloyd finds out that, wait, that night with Freda, I was there that night. And I think we did, and you could be my, oh my God. Okay. Pedophilia, okay. Incest? No. Oh God, no. Then Lloyd finally comes to the solution, like, wait a minute, if she's my kid, then she can't have Harry's kidney. Oh God. Then we go to the big climax thing, and then we find out that Harry's not even Penny's real father. Actually, yeah, not even close. And Lloyd's like thinking that he's her father. But either way, Freda says, well, I'll go into that later. Now we come to this whole big solution, this whole adventure that they're going through with Dr. Penchalo tricking Adele, thinking that the big box, that's now the new plot line of the whole entire film. Sorry, let me rephrase that. The fifth plot line of the whole entire film. Now we found out that, what was the $1 million invention? Cupcakes. No, just plain stupid ass cupcakes. Two of them chocolate and 2 of them vanilla. And of course, Dr. Penchalo did this as a trick to trick Adele, and of course Adele fell for the bait. And of course, unlike the first film where Harry had a bulletproof vest, now in this one, he just takes a bullet. Oh, it's just a little Grace. Harry, you put a Dimmerback King on that. And of course, we go to the hospital, and of course, we find out the big surprise. So Lloyd decided to somehow get his kidneys removed. Then, Lloyd tries to say, I tried to give you my kidney, but sadly it's pork chop. But what's the big reveal? The big reveal is this. I'm not even gonna come up with any questions or anything, but I'm just gonna come out and say it. Harry did this as a joke. Yeah. Saying his medical condition was all bullshit. Meaning, so you don't need a kidney? And you made me go through all this whole entire shenanigans, this whole entire adventure, going from Providence to Mexico, and you did it as a joke? Now, to most people, the true thing to do to someone like that is to basically do this.
I'm gonna kill you! I'm gonna kill you!
But nope. Lloyd just like, oh, that's a good one. Are you really high as a motherfucker? You should be strangling the shit out of his ass. Why? What? What? Why would you? It's like you went through all this bullshit, and it was all for nothing. But now Lloyd just brushes it off like, "Oh, that was a good one. Oh, really perfect. Oh, I may be falling. I may have lost a lot of blood, but oh, that's just beautiful." Well, but can you just tell me if you were joking before I lost my vital organs? Yeah, definitely, but not as. That's true. So of course they find out who Penny's real father is, and of course Penny's real father is a guy we don't meet. Well, a guy who's already dead, a guy who's already dead, basically. Well, not dead in the movie, but not in real life. But either way, I hope you're ready for the last and final thing I should probably mention. And I hope you're ready for this, because Harry and Lloyd, they don't know the one thing that, you know, is kind of a thing that, you know, most people who are teenagers would actually know how to do. What is that? That is having sex. So pretty much Harry and Lloyd are too stupid that they don't know what sex is. I'm not lying. You could just make your joke saying, "Wow, it's the 50-year-old version." But either way, all I can just tell you is, now you're probably thinking I hate this movie. Well, to be fair, I enjoyed parts of it. Like I said, the whole science convention thing, that's the part I like to technically skip out. Part where they cut to certain parts where Lloyd tries to interact with Penny. Those are the ones I'll probably watch. And when it cuts back to Harry back at the convention, all I can say is nothing else. But all I can just tell you is, yeah, they're that stupid. Harry and Lloyd, once again, are in a situation where they didn't have to be into or didn't have to be there. But either way, dumb and number 2. So probably thinking, wow, this movie is stupid. As stupid as this movie is, well, it was a good try. I could say it's better than When Harry Met Lloyd, the prequel, back in 2003. But not as good as the first. Yes, the first one was great. That scene where where Harry takes the biggest dump in that one scene, then finds out, I hope you're not using the toilet, it's broken. What? The toilet doesn't flush. Oh no, I was just shaving. It's like, yeah, that will go on history as the funniest scene, and of course the funniest poop joke of history. But now, looking at some of the jokes in the second film, and I do mean Dumb and Number 2, they're funny, but they're not hitting the mark of how the first one went. Now, of course, I could tell you this is, like I said, this is better than Dumb and Dumber 2, sorry, Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd, but it's still not good as the first. That's basically all I can tell you. You can meet an old friend that you haven't seen for quite a while, and you could say to them, you know, those days were fun, but we can't relive those days again. But all I can just tell you, Dumb and Dumber 2, I can give it credit for bringing Jim Carrey back for this being his during the time, and I'm due aware there's a Sonic 3 trailer that just got released today. But yeah, this would count as Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, another sequel that Jim Carrey did. Now let's see if we can try to get Jim Carrey to do the Mask reboot or whatever, or if there is a Mask reboot, or could there be a Mask reboot to make it up for the Satan's ass that is Son of the Mask. But either way, all I just want to say is it's nice seeing Jim Carrey back, but it's still not great. It's still not great, but to be fair, it was trying. I can give it points for trying. There's some things that are disgusting. Well, who am I kidding? It's the Farley brothers. Gross out humor is kind of their thing. No, really, gross out humor is kind of their thing. And if you've seen something about Mary, if you've seen any Farley brothers film, you would know. Shit, puke, piss, busting a nut jokes. They're funny to them. But either way, Dumb and Dumber 2, all I can just tell you, you tried. You tried. So with that being said, that ends today's video, and all I can just tell you, Dumb and Dumber 2, well, like I said, you tried. But either way, all I can just tell you, there'll be more videos like this coming soon. And yes, I did promise to do a video review of Sonic the Hedgehog, well, Sonic Adventure 2. So either way, that ends today's video. Vertical Spy, outro.
Yo, Steve Bloom here, voice of Spike Spiegel. Remember to subscribe and get vertical.